is that when life sees that you're determined to have the experiences that you say that you want for yourself, right? That you say you want, are you willing to live into it? Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good day, wherever you may be at this point in time. I am Kellyanne Matuskiewicz, and today this video is coming through for you to explore if this is the thing or things, well, there's two things that are coming through, that is in the way of you actually allowing the thing that you say that you want in your life to come through. So the work that I do and have been doing for almost 20 years now is in the realms of energy medicine. It's evolved and evolved and evolved and evolved and evolved and expanded. So just like the technologies of our computers, of our phones, think about the technology of our computer and our phone from 20 years ago. Just as that is expanded, so has the technologies available for your evolution, your growth, your ascension, your remembering who you really are and being able to integrate that into your being so that you can be living the fullest expression of the life that you're here to have. Yes, I know there's some wild things going on around us, and everything is for you. Everything is for you, for your evolution and your growth and your expansion. So I want to share this. The first thing that I'm going to share this live while I'm waiting for a few people to pop on. And also want to let you know that I currently have one space open for my Make Big Magic mentorship. That is a 12-week journey together. Hi, Steph. Good morning. That is a 12-week mentorship for us together where it's about creating big magic. And you, by the end of this video, you'll understand what I mean by make big magic. And, but essentially, let me just share this and then we're going to rock and roll. Okay. Share now public. Okay, here we go. So is this a thing in your way? Ready? It's so simple, but it's not always easy because of what comes beyond it. Okay. Is the fact that you haven't really chosen what you really want, what you say that you want, that is in the way of you allowing the experience to come through. So often, because I can read energy, I can read what's actually happening in people's fields. They'll say, I want this thing. I want to be running my own business. I want to be in a loving relationship. I want to have more money. So often that's said, but it's not really chosen. And what comes through when you say you want those things are all of the reasons why you can't have it. You can't have the love because there's, nobody available, or, it's hard to meet somebody, but what's really underneath that is past pain that hasn't been resolved. Familial patterns that have been passed down of having closed hearts because of trauma, because of betrayal, because of past pain. Not really choosing the business because underneath there's vulnerability and fear, vulnerability of sharing more of who you are, vulnerability of being seen, fear of failing, fear of what other people will think, right? Money, like wanting to have more money, but then having stories underneath about what you'll have to trade your time for, familial and societal stories of money doesn't grow on trees, or, stories about maybe things passed down about what, who rich people are, right? So ask yourself, when you're taking a look at the areas in your life that you want to make changes, right? You want to take your business to the next level. You want to have that loving relationship. You want to have more money. You want to have health. I mean, an example of health for me. So if you're on this pattern of not being able to, make the changes in your life that would support you in having a more physical health, there may be stories underneath it around, it could be a myriad of things. I'll use mine for example, is that in my journey of wanting to lose weight, I can remember it way back from even my younger years. I was always just like kind of a bigger girl, taller, big boned. But I had actually learned stories of what, like many of us, what being fat meant, right? Or what not looking perfect meant. A lot of conditioning around body stuff. But through my journey of losing and keeping off 100 pounds now, so that meant that journey that I had was I would gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, so much of my life, until I actually understood that I had beliefs under the surface that said I wouldn't be safe if I lost weight, right? That's one of them. There were a few. And so in dismantling those beliefs and releasing the energy that I was carrying that supported me in having this 100-pound protection barrier, I was actually able to lose the weight and keep it off. Okay. Now, similar to another example I'll share with my business, is that I was in the corporate world for a good majority of my life. And that's what I learned. I learned, you go and you get a job and you get in corporate and you get a pension and you get the retirement, right? That's the American dream. But there was always something inside of me that said I wanted to be helping people in another way, but I didn't know what that would look like. But I knew all of the traditional ways that were in front of me were not something that was a resonant with what my heart and soul knew could be available. And so through the evolution of my journey, I found myself in energy medicine school. And it was actually because I was going through a huge life change that I needed a different way of approaching it and moving through, that my soul led me to energy medicine school. And that was actually the thing that brought me onto the path of the work that I've been doing now for the last 20 years of understanding the mind, the body, and the spirit, and consciousness, and energetics, and where and how these inner barriers pop up, whether they be beliefs, programs, conditioning, implants, other energies in your field, subliminal contracts that you've made to keep yourself small and limited so other people aren't disrupted, or, the fears that hold you back because you're worried about what other people will think or feel or say about you. And it's really about doing the inner work. So backing up, are you really choosing the thing that you say that you want for yourself? Or in that choice, do you go into all of the reasons why it can't happen or how it's supposed to happen and that's just impossible? Your choice is your superpower. And it's going to be the thing that catalysts you forward on that path. This is where so many people stop, is that what happens then is you make the choice. I've got chills, so I hope you guys are feeling this energetic transmission coming through. You make the choice, and then what life does is it orchestrates the experiences that are going to bring you forward on that path. It may be people that you need to meet. It may be connections that you need to have. It may be opportunities and possibilities that you could not imagine with just from your own thinking, right? You do have to go into your imagination. You have to open up And that's where it's like you're going in and beyond the what's and the hows. The, the place and the reason why people stop is because the other side of what life brings you is some chaos. It brings you disruption. It brings you triggers. And people tend to, the words coming through is pussy out. And it's coming through that way. I'm wanted to resist it, but that's the way it's coming through, is that you pussy out. You get weak. You forget that you are way more in charge, empowered than the thing in front of you. Oh, I can feel my dad's energy here. So the person comes, so you have this interaction, right? So I can easily look back and see that there were experiences that were helping me build my muscles, not my physical body muscles, my boundary muscles, my standards muscles, my desires muscles, right? So that when it came to these other opportunities, that I was aligned with that choice, and that I can hold the frequency of that expansion. So think about, who do you need to be in order to be that business owner, in order to be the person who has that open-hearted, deep, loving connection relationship? You know, who is the person that you need to be to, have that healthy body, right? It's going to require that you make different choices. It's going to require that you get really clear about who you're surrounding yourself with, and what you are allowing to be a part of your field, and how you are perceiving the world outside of you as an enemy or a support to help you build those muscles. So when people make their choice, once you make that choice, the life is going to bring things to you. It's going to bring you possibilities, and it's also going to bring you things that you may look at as problems. Possibility and problems. Nothing is a problem. It's a matter of, again, these opportunities to keep choosing. Am I going to choose to let this fear, insecurity, or self-doubt get in my way? Am I going to see the thing outside of me as an enemy, or as a predator, or as a problem? Or am I going to tweak it and see the choice, right? Because what happens is that when you really choose, life conspires to support you in that choice. So don't back down. Don't pussy out. I can't believe I'm saying that. Do what is in front of you. Because what I promise you is that when life sees that you're determined to have the experiences that you say that you want for yourself, right? That you say you want, are you willing to live into it? Are you willing to no longer have the barriers in front of you, the person, the experience, the bank account, because I'm a living proof of that, is that when I've conspired without evidence in front of me, without knowing it'll work out, without knowing the how, it shows up, and it gets to be fun, and it gets to be easier than what your mind is telling you right now. I think that's one of the biggest blocks that I see with people coming in to do some of this work around mindset, around emotional alchemy, around energy and frequency and consciousness work, is that there's a part of your mind that says it's going to be hard, it's going to be more painful, because those barriers that are in the way of your choices, that pop up in the way of your choices, those at some point in time were actually built to keep you safe, right? So at one point in time, the extra weight kept me safe, right? But you don't need that any longer. You don't need these safeties. The wall around your heart from actually allowing the love in, that you think you're protecting the old pain, or you think you're protecting the betrayal, or you think that by keeping this wall here, you'll keep yourself safe. That's the same wall that's keeping out the things that you want. So this journey takes some courage and determination. And just like the technology of our computers and our phones have advanced and our TVs have advanced, so has energy work, so has consciousness work, so has the frequency work. And it's what I've been on my evolution and path and journey. I mean, this is what I do, this is what I live, this is how I create my life. And it all starts with a choice. So really take a look. Am I actually choosing what it is that I say that I want? Whether it be the business, whether it be sharing your healing work out in the world, whether it be expressing your art, whether it be having a healthy body, whether it be having a new living situation, whether it be having more money in your life. It all starts from within. And then when you make that choice, pay attention. Do I put up walls and barriers right away of that it can't happen because of why, how, it's impossible, blah, blah, blah? Are you willing to release those stories and continue to move forward and be present to what life brings you as opportunities and possibilities for you to build the muscles, to learn how to work with the expanded frequencies? Because a part of this whole journey, another piece to making these choices, goes beyond the mind, but it also goes into, being that person. And that does elevate your energetic frequency. And there are physical changes that happen in the body. And that's why it's like, in my work, we're doing the mind, the body, the energy, the spirit work. So that it's like, as you make your choice, how do you work through what life presents you? That's make magic. It's not about digging into the past, about what's wrong with why you're not having what's happening right here in front of you that you say that you want. It's about making the choice and then being present to what comes up and learning how to move through it. Not only from changing your mind, your perception, dissolving the illusions, and holding and then holding the frequency of that next level experience. It's not as hard and as complicated that it sounds like it's coming out my mouth right now. It's about learning how to work with it, learning how to work with your inner genius, with your inner superpowers, with your the mind that you have, like taking it over, like unfucking your mind, learning energy alchemy, learning chaos alchemy. And that it's like the image that's coming through is going to the gym, right? Like I've worked with personal trainers before, and it's learning how to use machines was much more effective in having someone who knows how to use them and to work with the body than me going and trying to figure it out. Right? So it's like we hire website people, we hire business processes people, we hire physical trainers. I'm an energy and consciousness facilitator and guide, where it's like I can get you the shortcuts because I can see and read in your field what is operating, and working with technologies to support releasing what's no longer serving you, and then integrating the fuller essence of who you really are. Like, what would it be like for you if the mind fuckery stopped getting in your way? What would it be like for you if the things in your life that felt chaotic didn't throw you off into left field, but you actually knew how to understand what is happening and how to work with it? You be in charge of creating from the chaos versus being at default of. And then, learning how to work with your energy in your field to call in intentionally what it is that you want for yourself versus, again, being at the default of life. Steph says yes. Anne says living in the now. Yeah, living. Oh, Steph says I so hear me. Of course. I'm glad that you do. And so I'll leave you with that. It's a gorgeous day here in Connecticut. I'm going to go find myself some place outside to enjoy the day. And I'd love to hear, if you watch this replay, anything more that you receive out of it. And if you know somebody that might benefit from it, please do share. Again, the link for the Make Big Magic is in the comments. Check out the details on that. I have one space open for application, and I think that's it. Anne says, I am so magical. Thank you, Anne. So are you. I mean, I am true. My business is a testament to really going forward without knowing. I have chills again. Can you see them? Without knowing what it was going to look like, but knowing deep inside that I wanted to have an impact. That on my own journey of doing deep healing work, working with energy frequencies, releasing myself from limitations, allowing the work that I do to come together and allow myself to change through that and continue to evolve. I get to work with really amazing, magical, potent people who, in stepping in to their power and allowing the fuller essence of who they are to come through, that radiates and ripples out into the world. And that, my friends, is how we're going to change the world. How what we are experiencing is going to change, starting from within. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And if you catch the replay, just comments below and I'll respond later. Have a great day.